Yeah, I think using the platform she has that she's gained with all these followers nationally, but also globally now.
Caitlin Clark alone accounts for 25% of all ticket sales, retail sales, and TV ratings, shocking the WNBA. How did one player become such a powerful force? And what does this mean for the development of women's basketball? Her unmatched star power is changing the league's future.
I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all not like about Caitlin Clark? Is it the media coverage? Do you not like...
The WNBA fan base has been ecstatic and incredulous since the league's inception with the revelation of a staggering number regarding Caitlin Clark's influence. Beyond just her on-court accomplishments, Clark's impact changed the league's narrative, sparked fan interaction, and gave women's basketball previously unheard of attention.
Ron, the tickets to the Indiana Fever home opener right now, the cheapest ticket to get you into the building to see Caitlin Clark, $271. And as the tweet here says, that's more expensive than 29 of the 30 NBA teams' home opener lowest priced ticket. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to give you one more here, Ron, before I get your thoughts. A valuation expert estimates that Caitlin Clark has generated somewhere on the order of 36 million extra dollars of revenue for the city of Indianapolis since she was drafted by the Fever.
When the figures fell, they were just astounding. Last season, 25% of all WNBA ticket sales, retail revenue, and television viewership were driven by Caitlin Clark. This revelation has caused significant awe, amazement, and discussion among fans, experts, and even league executives. How could a one player make such a significant impact?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a more rational request, at least. The only problem is the WNBA, until Caitlin Clark, had no revenue.
Fans already knew that Clark was more than just a basketball player. She is a phenomenon. Her incredible performances at Iowa carried over into her professional career, captivating audiences nationwide with her dynamic style, charisma, and ability to shine in clutch situations. Whether she's draining logo threes, threading needle passes, or rallying her team in a pinch, Clark consistently delivers must-see basketball.
She obviously spaces the floor for us. She makes tough buckets. She gives us another option on the floor to run our off-ball screening action for. She gives us another player that can play with the ball in her hands in the two-man game. She just has a really high IQ and understanding of the game.
Her ability to captivate players transcends her talent set. Caitlin Clark is a player who exemplifies a unique blend of talent and marketability. She electrifies spectators with her energy and supports it with performances on the court that many have never seen before. Clark embodies a new WNBA age in which the league is not just revered, but now widely acclaimed.
Is a superstar. Not a female superstar, she is a superstar. She moves the needle. The WNBA has been looking for someone who moves the needle. The ratings just came in. Caitlin Clark's game on Sunday did a bigger number than Warriors Celtics. Did 3.5 million. Warriors Celtics did 3 million. 3.5 million for a women's college basketball game. I think the WNBA, they have two great teams. They have the Liberty and the Aces. And they played in the finals last year. They both have, multiple MVP caliber players, but it hasn't garnered quite the buzz yet. You already have a pretty high level of basketball, and then you add in a superstar in Caitlin Clark to the league.
Fans have flooded Twitter and Instagram with comments like, "Caitlin is the future of basketball and she's making history, and we're all lucky to witness it," expressing their admiration and pride in what Clark has accomplished. Others have compared her impact to that of NBA legends who became global icons, highlighting the extreme rarity of a player having such a significant impact on an entire league's revenue. Meanwhile, league executives are definitely paying attention. A player connecting with fans on a personal and professional level serves as a wake-up call for the league to keep boosting star power and building on the momentum Clark has created. Clark's impact on ticket sales, merchandise sales, and viewership highlights the expanding market potential for women's basketball.
I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all not like about Caitlin Clark? Is it the media coverage? Do you not like that she complains after foul calls like everybody else? What exactly is the reason why I see so much hate on social media and from WNBA players? All she's doing is bringing more attention to the game, and she's very skilled. Like, whenever I watch Iowa games, her teammates always got an open shot. Please explain to me, why do y'all hate on?
As the league enters a new season, all eyes will be on Caitlin Clark and whether she can continue to take the WNBA to new heights. However, one thing is certain, she's not just playing basketball, she's changing the game, and the numbers proved it. For WNBA fans, this statistic validates everything they've believed in the talent, excitement, and potential of women's basketball. Clark's ability to turn games into events and fans into super fans is a testament to her unique brilliance.
The official homepage of the WNBA right now, when they announce this schedule, is a photo of Caitlin Clark, and that's it. It's only Caitlin. It's not any other players. It's not any other teams. The fact that they are seemingly leaning into her finally, at the very off the rip, leaning into her, like having her front and center, this is just something that I don't think that we would have seen last season, and I just think it's...
The WNBA is currently in a frenzy following the shocking revelation that Caitlin Clark alone was responsible for 25% of the league's total ticket sales during the previous season. This revelation has triggered intense discussions among fans, players, and analysts regarding her contribution to the league and whether she merits much more than her current salary of $75,000. Despite Clark's unmatched influence, the figure is comparable to other celebrities like Angel Reese. Unquestionably, Caitlin Clark's captivating performances have the power to entice audiences to arenas and screens. She was the face of women's basketball last season thanks to her ferocious competitive spirit and sharp shooting from beyond the Arkansas. She wasn't just a player, though. She was the catalyst for the league's expansion from sellout audiences to a surge in WNBA retail sales that included her name and number. Clark's arrival changes everything.
Pay and pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary. 74?
But the most startling fact is that she was in charge of 25% of all WNBA ticket sales. Despite this, fans remain incredulous, with many claiming that her influence merits not only praise, but also monetary remuneration. Social media was ablaze with remarks asking how the league could defend paying her the same as everyone else when she is driving the WNBA and Clark is the driving force behind the league's expansion. She deserves to be compensated accordingly. The league's pay cap structure, which restricts what players can make despite their enormous contribution to ticket sales, retail sales, and viewership, is the source of the players' annoyance. Comparisons to Angel Reese, another rising star in women's basketball who makes the same salary, have fueled a fire because Caitlin Clark is bound by a standard contract that pays her $76,000 annually, far less than what fans think she deserves. Fans point out that while Reese is unquestionably talented, her impact on ticket sales and commercials is nothing compared to Clark's.
Here, she's literally making $76K. You look at any male sports and people are getting $1 million just signing bonuses, not even their contract. On the one side, you get a lot of people that rightfully so bring up the fact that like, hey, people don't watch the WNBA. I think it's great that like more eyeballs are coming into it now. Caitlin Clark being a part of the league is definitely going to bring more attention to it. I hope that more fans buy tickets, buy jerseys, watch the games, because that's what's going to get players paid more. But I was genuinely surprised at how little that was.
More players like this come, or she brings more excitement, then all of a sudden people get more engaged to other players that she might be playing against to see who they're battling. And that's kind of how this thing kind of builds momentum. If you look at it, it's kind of like CrossFit Games. Like back in the day, you know, it started off where it's at. Then personalities start to grow it, and then more money comes, and then more money comes, and then more money comes. Maybe WNBA hasn't had that like catalyst that it needed to spark this like snowball effect.
The WNBA's pay structure, according to detractors, is antiquated and does not recognize players who significantly boost the league's visibility because of Clark's contributions. The WNBA has received unprecedented attention, and many people think it's time for the league to reevaluate how it pays its players. On the other hand, some fans and analysts advise against concentrating only on individual players when talking about league-wide issues. They contend that although Clark is unquestionably a superstar, the NBA's expansion depends on teamwork to support all of its players and clubs. Nevertheless, even these voices agree that Clark's influence is distinct and merits particular attention.
Unlike a typical New York Liberty game, the courtside seats for this game cost high four figures, drawing on a par with the NBA.
I mean, that is crazy and quite the phenomenon. But then when I started reading about her, the stories that I encountered were all about the contrast between how popular she is. And then we have her starting salary as the WNBA's #1 draft pick, which is going to be $76,535.
However, the conversation has also brought attention to the more general problem of women's sports pay gap with their NBA counterparts. Despite demonstrating comparable levels of commitment, skill, and marketability, WNBA players only receive a small portion of the wage. As the noise grows louder, everyone is watching the WNBA to see how the league reacts. Will it find a way to reward players like Clark who propel the league's success? Or will the current structure remain unchanged, running the risk of player and fan discontent? Clark's case has turned into a rallying cry for fans calling for systemic changes in how women athletes are valued and compensated.
4-year rookie deal coming in at $338,056, with then people quickly comparing that to the NBA, where last year's #1 pick landed a 4-year contract worth $55 million. With people saying the fact that Caitlin's making less than 1% of her male counterpart, that's wild, especially since it can't be overstated what an impact she's had on the sport. This year, the women's NCAA championship game brought in more eyeballs than the men's, averaging nearly 19 million viewers compared to the men at under 15 million.
Even Caitlin Clark cannot deny the extent of her effect, whether it be in terms of ticket sales, viewership, or motivating the next generation of players. For her, the focus is still on her passion for the game and her dedication to excellence on the court. The question now is whether the WNBA will step up and acknowledge the value of its top players for fans. The answer is obvious. Caitlin Clark isn't just making her paycheck, she's earning the league's future. Clark is more than just a player. She's a movement, and movements, as fans argue, deserve to be compensated accordingly.
For anybody that's an athlete to do a triple, I mean, that's just,
yeah.
I mean, Michael Jordan, I suppose he called, I don't know if he called her or not, but he could have.
No, I don't know if Michael Jordan did, but I mean, Kevin Durant's been a fan of hers for a couple of years now. They talk. He sends her shoes.
Does he?
Yeah. I mean, she has had some former, NBA players that you would all recognize, send her text messages, Facebook Messenger, send her gifts and things. It's really cool.
It's amazing.
It's really.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season was nothing short of sensational, as she dominated headlines, established records, and dazzled fans with her unparalleled skill. She demonstrated that she wasn't only the season's finest rookie, she was also the future of women's basketball, and her quick ascent despite being the most important contributor to the WNBA's expansion, Clark faced criticism from both her peers and the league itself last season. Some claimed to have shared or exceeded her influence, while others, like the incredibly gifted athlete Angel Ree, implied that she was also a major factor in the league's surge in viewership, but the publication of a startling statistic has refuted these claims. Just Caitlin Clark was in charge of generating 25% of the WNBA's revenue from ticket sales, merchandise sales, and television viewing.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Although Angel Ree is a powerful presence both on and off the court, the statistics don't lie, and this revelation has generated a great deal of discussion among fans and pundits alike. Throughout her rookie season, Clark's performances were nothing short of revolutionary. Her deep three-point range, Incredible court vision and leadership under pressure forced basketball fans to travel across states to watch her play. This statistic highlights how much more influential Clark is than her peers, raising questions about why she has been singled out by comparisons that minimize her unique contributions. Arenas were packed, and her name-branded stuff sold out at previously unheard of speeds. Although inclusivity and team-oriented narratives are important, some voices in the league seemed intent on leveling the playing field by highlighting the contributions of others, even though her presence wasn't just elevating her team, it was elevating the league. Many contend that attempting to lessen Clark's influence is detrimental to both her and the league's advancement.